Hi,
Hi,
friends.
everybody.
Welcome back to another week of What the Hell Are These People Doing on the Internet, also known as the Just Saying Podcast.
I'm like, damn. That's not
What?
the name of the podcast.
That's why I said also known as.
I know.
Haha.
Ha. People know what we're doing. We're talking shit. And we just, we just
Right.
state our
You know what I
opinion.
wish there was? I wish there was a finger guns pose
That would be pretty
on this. That
cool.
would be. I should like invent one.
I do a lot of finger guns at work.
I do finger guns so much it's kind of a problem.
Honestly, same.
Uh,
I'm not shocked that we both do it either, though, because same brain cell.
It's a I don't know. It's a thing.
Mm-hmm.
I just constantly do it.
I say same brain cell between us a lot, and you don't. And
Well, that's
I think
because
it makes it even more funny.
Your half of the brain cell that says it.
Acknowledges it? Yeah.
Plus,
When
you
I
always
have the
say
brain
it like
cell.
immediately when something happens. I don't need to say it too.
I mean, that's a good point. But, like, it happens so frequently. Like, earlier, we said the same exact thing at the same exact time.
What the hell? What were we talking about?
I don't remember,
we were playing
but
Fortnite.
Like, I know, like, we said something to someone, and it was the exact same thing that we said.
I know. It was like a response to something that somebody else said, and I don't remember what it was.
Me either, but it was really funny.
It was so good. I may have to go back in the VOD and find it.
Honestly, that's not a bad idea.
Right? It's kind of a shame that Phasmophobia mode didn't work out.
I know. I can't believe it made my whole computer crash, but...
Right? If anybody plays the Phasmophobia mode on Fortnite and has gotten it to not bug out, please let us know what the hell you did, because you're clearly a witch.
Clearly.
Oh my god, just throwing accusations left and right. Anyways.
Also, how are you guys?
Right. How are you? This is
Answer
the
the
best
question.
I can do with... Oh, no, it's not the best I can do with a really intense stare. Hold on. I can do better. Where's the thing? Pressing all the wrong buttons. How are you? Tell me.
Oh my god.
Tell me now.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
I'm scared.
Good.
You're like, good, you should be.
That means it's working. Yeah. This is exactly when I would do finger guns, but I don't have any.
Damn.
I know.
Truly sad.
It's the best I got.
I mean, it's close.
Waha. Anyways, we're gonna be... Oh, she's gone. Oh, she's back. Oh my god, that was crazy. Wow.
I know.
It's been a day.
It has.
It's been a fucking week, and I'm not looking
Honestly,
forward to the rest of this week.
I'm only looking forward to it because I have like a 4-day weekend, but I'm going in on Saturday, but it's going to be like super not busy. So it's just going to be me doing extra work that I need to catch up on.
I have to go in tomorrow morning, an hour early, to help our other store with their online order fulfillment because it's so busy that they need extra help.
Wow.
And then I get to spend the whole week doing crazy fun stuff leading up to Black Friday on Friday. It's going to be so busy. My boss and I are thinking where our store is going to make like 20 grand at least just on the one day.
Wow.
Which, for reference, last year for Black Friday we only made 12. So yeah,
that's actually insane.
It's that busy, and our sale is insane.
Yeah.
But then people are insane, which we'll get into later because that's what we're going to talk about today is insane people in retail. Aren't you so excited?
I am, actually. And for our get to know you questions for today,
yes,
I decided we're going to keep it on track with like retail stuff.
Nice.
So I want you to tell me one of your worst experiences in a retail job.
Oh God. Okay. Where do I begin? There's a lot of like little ones that were really bad. There's a couple of like bigger ones that were like really bad. That I'm trying to recall the enough of the details of to like tell an interesting story about. But I think, you know what, we'll go with this one. Okay, so I used to work in a clothing store, and we were doing inventory after close the one night, and one of my coworkers had two nieces that she was like, we like a few of us had like extra people, like we had the staff from both of our stores, and then we still didn't have enough because like we have a lot of people, or a lot of the store was really big, so we needed a lot of people. So a couple of people had like family, friends, or whatever that came in, and they just got paid for whatever just for the day. So like one coworker has two nieces, and one of them was too young to was too young to be able to be hired for the day. But the other one wasn't. So we she originally was going to have them both come,
right?
But then we had to explain to her that like the younger one couldn't come because they're not allowed to hire her, because if you're under a certain age or whatever, they're not allowed to, one, they have to be a certain age to work for the company in general, and then also there's a whole bunch of other regulations and stuff about like students and stuff working past a certain time in the evening and whatever. So anyways, she eventually like said, okay, just the one will come. And so we thought that was the end of it. So we got all of the like information, whatever, from her for her one niece that was supposed to come, the older one. However, it was a nightmare because come the day of, she ended up bringing in the younger niece
only,
and not the older one.
What the?
But none of us knew that. Like we didn't know who. Like we don't know her nieces. We didn't know which one was which. And like she didn't, like they weren't so young that like she looked like a child. Like we could, like she looked old enough that we couldn't tell that she was the younger one because we didn't know what the older one looked like. So anyways, the younger one works the inventory all night, and then when pay comes around, she makes this whole big stink about the fact that her niece never got paid. And it was a whole big problem because the information that she gave for the paperwork and stuff was under her older niece's like social insurance number and everything, like all of that. And so she got paid to her bank account. But the younger one that actually came to work did not get paid.
Oh, geez.
So it ended up being like, I don't know if it was,
I mean, she was
intentional, this whole
to...
thing that they were just like trying to scam the company out of 2 paychecks or whatever. But it like went on for a while, and the big moral of this is that her niece's dad ended up coming in the one night, and I was working, and he was pissed. Like he was extra pissed. He was yelling and screaming at me. Like, and I was like the supervisor on shift, so I had one of our like younger associates on shift with me. So I was the one that had to deal with all this yelling and screaming. So he comes in a rampage, yelling and swearing at me and all this kind of stuff, threatening to sue me, sue the company, threatening some other stuff that I won't get into. And then eventually, like they were like indigenous, like so he ended up calling me a racist.
What the fuck?
Right. And I'm I'm very much not a racist person. I make the jokes, it's like I hate all people equally regardless of what color they are. I don't actually hate all people, but like just hate dealing with people. But anyway, fair. So like my one friend, when I told her about this, I was dating my ex at the time who was also indigenous. And so when I told my friend about it, she was like, how can you be racist towards Native people, you're sleeping with one. And I just thought that was the funniest thing that ever could have come out of somebody's mouth. I was freaking screaming.
That is actually hilarious.
But yeah, I've been yelled at and sweared at and threatened to be sued and, you know, hurt and worse many times in retail.
Yeah, I don't know why. Like, retail is just a place that the worst comes out of people.
Yeah.
What was yours, either. Though? Let's see. Like, I haven't worked retail in a long time, so like some of the
must be nice.
I know some of the stories are getting like a little foggy. I think like something that came to mind immediately when I said that is not even like a customer interaction. So when I first started my like very first job, I was 18 and I worked in the meat and seafood department at the local grocery store.
Yeah.
And the seafood manager and the meat department manager, they basically ran it together, but also separately. And they would fight like a married couple. Like it was bad, like a really toxic married couple.
Yeah.
And so, like the meat manager, he was really chill. And I was technically on his department, but I had to help out in the seafood department because she didn't have enough people. And like, let's be honest, there's probably a fucking reason why. She was a fucking nightmare. So like I technically was in the deli, which is under the meat department manager. And so like I had to like close the meat case every night and close the seafood case and like help with the seafood department as well as just do the meat department, which I'm like, this is kind of frustrating because like I can't get my stuff done and I'm being held to a standard where I'm supposed to be getting that done and I can't because seafood is behind. And I have to like man the seafood, like the fresh seafood and like cut people's stuff and like get the fresh seafood together and everything like that. And she's like, I want to teach you how to like put together the seafood area and take it down each night. I'm like, why? I'm a deli clerk, not a seafood clerk.
Right.
I shouldn't need to know how to do this. Yeah. And I'm like, I shouldn't be doing seafood. Period. And there was one day where like I was in the seafood freezer getting stock and everything. And I don't know what was up her ass that day, but she literally starts screaming at me. And like she like in the freezer together, she's screaming her fucking head off at me, like about how I'm jeopardizing her job. And this is really like, this is not okay. I don't even know what she was mad about. Like, I don't even know what it was. Probably because I wasn't giving the seafood department the attention that it needed. Or like there was holes on the floor or like whatever. And like, I have a job to do and it's to fill the deli wall, not run the seafood department. That's your job as the manager.
Yeah.
And like, so I'm standing there trying to get stuff, trying to look for stuff, trying to understand her department, which is not mine. And she's screaming at me and I'm crying. And then like, she was so fucking bipolar and shit. Like she would be like super, super buddy with me and then turn around, scream at the fucking meat manager, screamed at me that one time, made me cry. And like, honestly, it was like, I don't remember most of my tenure there, but I remember that very clearly. And like her basically like blaming me for like things going wrong with her job. I'm like, no, this is a problem with the fact that your department is understaffed and you're pulling from the other half of the collective department and you're expecting me to know things that I just don't know. So like, fuck off. But yeah, that's probably one of the shittiest things I've had happen. Because like, I've had like a lot of places that are like, they're too much work and blah, blah, blah. And like, you know, those weird instances. But like, that was one of the few times I like actually cried at work. In a retail job.
Yeah, me and my coworkers used to take turns having mental breakdowns in the walk-in freezer. It was great.
Yeah, that's shit.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. This is going to be fun. Okay, what's the next question?
Okay. I'm thinking. Oh, I guess like what was your favorite position? Like what was like one of your favorite memories from your favorite position at a retail place?
Cake decorating in the bakery at the grocery store.
I
It's my
love that.
favorite part of any retail job I've had.
Yeah.
It was just so much fun. My
Mm-hmm.
mom used to do custom cakes when I was a kid that I would help her with, so that's why I put it on my resume. So that's why I got hired for the bakery at that store,
Right.
because I could decorate cakes, and it was just so much fun. I made this Lego cake one time. It was amazing. Um, it was like a cupcake cake, so it was like a whole platter of cupcakes that we like iced over the entire top, so it looked like a cake, and then like we decorated it all up, and then I made so many Lego bricks out of fondant. It took me hours, but it was fun.
I mean, that sounds so cool.
It was. The the bane of my existence in that job though was the freaking edible image printer. I had to fight with that thing once a week. Oh my god, I could not stand it sometimes because it would
Ew.
always break on me. But when it worked, it was really cool because you could literally print out pictures on
Oh yeah.
edible image sheets, and it's amazing. It was so
They're
cool.
so cool.
Yeah. But yeah, that's probably my favorite, I think.
That's fair. I don't know, I feel like I'm a little split on it. Cause I'm like, what was my last retail job?
I don't
I
know.
guess it would have been Sam's Club.
Wow.
Which feels like a really long time ago.
Yeah.
Oh no, sorry, my last one was Home Depot.
Oh, that's right.
But
Home Depot.
honestly, was like a lot of fun for the most part, especially telling people no to their returns.
Yeah.
I don't know
People don't
why.
take that very well.
No, but then like when I'm like, cause I have like a pretty sweet voice and like I wear glasses and I look a little bit nerdy and I have like, I have a pretty kind looking face for the most part. And I'm really good at explaining things to people. So like, because I knew the policies so well, I could like rattle them off really quickly and also offer a solution in the same moment. So like nobody got mad at me for doing it. And I mean like it wasn't wrong of me to do it anyways, but it was just like a lot of people didn't feel comfortable refusing it. But I was also a petty bitch a lot of the time. And like I had someone tell me like they were returning screws and they're like, I've never used it. I'm like, I can
Right.
see that it's open. And they're like, yeah, well, I never used any of them. They didn't fit. And I'm like, okay. I'm like, I'm not busy. Do you want to go do some stuff and I'll count? And they're like, really? And I'm like, yeah. Because if you're telling me this is unused right now, I can put it back on the sales floor. And if it's not and you're lying to me, then someone else is going to get fucked on their fucking purchase. So you can be honest with me and tell me that you used some and I'll return it for you anyways. Or you can stop lying to me. And I can refuse it when it's no longer fully all there. So I counted. And I was like,
Yeah.
yeah, there's about like 20 screws missing. And they're like, really? I didn't even use that many. And I was like, well, it's open and it's used. I can't return this now. Sorry.
Right.
I'm like, if you had just come in and been like, hey, I used a couple. They're not what I need. They broke, whatever. I would have returned it. No problem. Like, why are you lying to me that you didn't use any? That's going to make me
Because they
fucking
think that.
check.
Oh my! I know.
Because I'm an asshole like that. Maybe not an asshole, but
Oh my god.
I'm a rules lawyer like that. Someone else did the same thing to me with like something else. And they were hinges. And I was so mad at myself for it later because I counted and they were all there. But they had taken all of the slow close like pieces out that I didn't know were in
Oh.
there because I'd never seen them before. And I was just like, oh yeah, no, cool, totally fine. Like I'll return that for you. And then later realized the slow close part was missing on all of them. And I was like, oh, that fucking bitch. And I was so mad, like so mad about it. But there's a lot of people I turned away. And like, honestly, it was like the highlight of my day, especially because other people would be like, wow, I
Yeah.
can't believe they took that so well. And I was like, well, it is what it is. Like the amount of people that try and steal and like get one up on us, no. Or like this one girl, a lot of people would come into our store and like try and do fake returns of items that they've stolen to get store credit.
Oh, yeah.
To either sell it or buy something actually that they can use. So, like, she brought in this, like, huge spool of copper wire. And I'm, like, looking at it, and it's banged up, right? Like, the box around it.
Yeah.
And I'm looking at it, I'm like, this is one of the things that we have flagged as, like, a high theft item. And so I'm looking at it, I'm like, okay, well, if you want to return it, I need an ID. And so she hands me hers. And I don't know what the fuck in her brain was thinking that it would be a good idea to hole punch her ID so that she could hang it on a lanyard.
What?
And I'm like, the moment you hole punch that, it is no longer a valid identification card.
Right.
And I'm like, I can't take that. And she's like, well, why not? And I'm like, because you hole punched it. And she's like, but it's so that I can hang it on my thing. And I'm like, yeah, you could have gotten a sleeve for it and put it in the sleeve and then hung it. You invalidated your ID by punching a hole in it. I can't accept that. And she's like, well, can you at least try it? I'm like, no. And I'm like, do you have any other form of ID? And she's like, well, I guess I could go with my boyfriend's. I'm like, okay, yeah, you do that. She brings his with him along.
Okay, I was waiting for you to say she brought his without him.
No,
like, because I've definitely had people do that before when I worked at U-Haul.
I have too.
They brought somebody else's driver's license with them. It's like, oh, this person's going to be driving. It's like, cool, great. Where are they? It's like,
yeah.
Oh, they're outside. It's like, cool. I need them physically in front of me to do this. It's like, oh, they're just right outside. That's their ID. And like, why can't you give me the paperwork? It's like, I do not care. I literally do not get paid enough to care. I just need the person in front of me on the camera when I check the ID. Otherwise, I'm going to get fired and sued and all other kinds of crazy shit because I'm like renting motor vehicles to people that are not physically present. Nah, bro, get the fuck out of here.
I know. I'm like, the fact that people don't get that is wild to me. And so, like, she actually did bring him, and our system, like the system at Home Depot, it records like high dollar, high theft, recurring returns for like if you do it too many times on like one ID. And so his denied because there was too many returns on it. I'm like,
nice.
Oh, I'm so sorry. She's like, you really can't use mine? I'm like, nope. Sorry. You can leave now. It was genuinely a lot of fun. Or this one other guy, like totally normal dude, like you wouldn't expect it from him. Like, not that you, like, I know that sounds kind of shitty, but like you can kind of tell the people that are coming in, they're like, they walk a certain way, they're nervous. Like, you can tell a little bit what the situation might be, especially because it'll be like late at night. And, you know, sometimes they wear backpacks and the things that they bring in, they're a little shifty. Like, and I don't mean that as like they appear shifty, but like their body language is shifty. Like they have a nervousness to them because they know what they're doing is wrong. But I also understand that a lot of these people don't have any other option. And like, I don't know. Anyways, so this like normal house dad guy comes in the middle of the day and he's like, hey, this battery stopped working on me. I just bought it 2 weeks ago. And I'm like, okay. And like he dropped it off to go get another, right? Mm-hmm. And so I'm looking at this and I'm looking at the receipt. The receipt is for sure from 2 weeks ago. And this battery is old as fuck.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, that's not going to fly with me. I'm not going to let you get away with having a free battery from this. You can go to Ryobi and get them to give you a replacement, but that's not going to be on our dime. And so he comes back with a new battery and I'm like, hey, so this isn't the battery they bought 2 weeks ago. He's like, is it not? And I'm like, no, it's not. Like, I'm like, I can tell just from the wear on it, and the serial number is from over 3 years ago. You're like outside of warranty on this one, even through Home Depot. You have to go to Ryobi. I'm sorry. But also, you've just utilized the life of the battery. Just buy a new one, which you already did. I don't know why you're trying to like get a free newbie fucking whatever. I had no idea what his plan was, but unless he just wanted like 2 batteries at home. But Not on my watch.
Yeah, some people are like, oh my god. I can't.
Me either.
Okay. Let's talk about other people's problems.
Yes.
And I've already got 4 open.
Oh my god, please go ahead.
I'm ready to go.
You're ready. You're like, I'm doing the retail stuff, and I'm freaking ready.
It's because I have, like, I've read through a few of them, and it's like, yeah, relatable. I did that once. Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
Okay.
please, go ahead.
Okay, I mean, let's just start with this one, because that's the first one I have open. So this one is about Black Friday. And it's super relatable to the store that I currently work at. I work in a store that doesn't have Black Friday sales. It's a discount store. Same. Without fail, every year, customers always ask if we have any sales and throw a fit when they can't get their already discounted brand name item for even cheaper. Then they have the audacity to complain that the line is too long and have to wait when all of our registers are being used and we're going as fast as we can. And they'll scream at the 17-year-olds who are just trying their best to survive this shit and have no control over the fucking prices or our company policies. Literally me, because I cannot. So my store has the most ridiculous sale ever, regularly. So right now, we've had it since July. Everything's already on clearance from like our main stores because they're like old styles and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And then we have an extra 70% off of the sale price in my store.
Oh my god.
And we've had it for the past almost 6 months. And people, it's not even just for Black Friday, which is this week, but like people just in general, or like they'll find even like the tiniest little like mark on a shoe or like something. They'll look for something to be wrong with them and be like, oh, can I get an extra discount for them? It's like, you're already getting it almost for free. What the hell do you want me to do for you? Like,
yeah.
Like with the already clearance price and then another 70% off, it's basically like 85% off the regular price. What the fuck more do you want from me?
Yeah, like, even if that's a pair of shoes that's normally $100, that's $15.
Right. Well, yeah, pretty much, because we have some that are, yeah, pretty much, exactly. It's ridiculous. That's I don't understand. And like, oh my god, I am not looking forward to this week because I know that we are going to have like open to close both of our. We only have 2 tills in my store. It's not a big store. Mm-hmm. We're gonna have both of them running most of the day, every day. And on Friday, we're gonna have both of them running from open to close. I guarantee it. Jeez. Because we did last year, and last year was the first holiday season we were in the space that we're in now. We used to be in a smaller space somewhere else in the mall. So people didn't even know we were really there last year. They know we're here now.
Oh, no.
That's why my manager and I figure we're going to make so much more money than we did last year. It's because people know we're here. Mm-hmm. And because we actually have winter inventory this year. We didn't last year.
Oh, so, yeah, no, that's going to be a game changer for sure.
Yeah, so this week is going to be not fun for me and the people that I work with. But it's fine. I'm not playing with people, though. They start yelling at me, I'm going to tell them to get out.
I mean, that's fair, though. Like, there's no reason to be nasty or disrespectful.
Right. Exactly. And, like, yeah. Anyways. Go ahead.
Mm-hmm. Okay. This one is titled, Apparently I Took Out the Self-Checkout That Never Existed. This happened a little over an hour ago. We're obviously time travelers.
Wow. Oh my god, so they posted after an hour. I'm screaming. It must be really bad.
I know.
Oh, Jesus Christ. So this is currently happening right now.
This is currently happening.
I'm screaming.
Actually, this happened 6 hours ago. So I was heading to the front to get my stuff and clock out when a customer stopped me. He said he had a question, and as I didn't have anywhere in particular to be, asked him what he needed help with. Guy, where are the self-service machines? Pointing to lumber area checkout that never had them. Me, they're in the middle of the store behind customer service. You just need to keep walking down. Guy, when did they take them out? Me, confused. They never had them down there. Guy, yes, they did. I used them all the time. You took them out. Me, sir, I've shopped here for 5 years and worked here for 2 of those. They've never had self-service down there. Guy, I've shopped here for 20 years. They took them out. Me, no, you haven't. Store's a little under 10 years old. Guy, a little taken aback. I figured at that point the conversation was done, so I excused myself and kept walking. The guy came after me and from that point continued the conversation. Guy, you took out the self-service.
Oh
me, getting stern now. Sir, self-checkout is right there. Guy, well, help me. Me, with what? Guy, you said the self-service was taken out. It's right there. Points where I just showed him, and at this point, we're literally standing in front of it. Me, I just told you that. You kept asking why we didn't have one in lumber. Guy, glaring at me with his face turning red. Me, you made a big old fuss about it at me, and I told you that lumber doesn't have self-checkout. It never has. You can use this one if you want. Guy, help me. Sir, you're an adult. Figure it out. I walked away when my supervisor asked what was going on. I told her what had happened, and I guess the guy was being a bit louder because she could hear him raising his voice. The guy was berating another one of my coworkers while I was clocking out and arguing with them over not being able to use a self-service machine in lumber. Supervisor went over and got stern with him too, told him to stop harassing the staff and to either buy his stuff and be quiet or he could leave. When he started raising his voice again, she canceled his order and kicked him out. First time I've had someone throw that much fuss over not being able to use self-checkout like that.
I am screaming.
Yeah. One of the comments is, he shops at a different location and needs to control his shit. It's not dimension, it's stupidity. Right. Source, I mix up Walmarts and get angry because I can't find stuff, and the app says pardon our dust.
Oh my God.
I do not take it out on the employees.
So, this was a couple of months ago.
Mm-hmm.
I had a guy come into my work, and he was looking specifically for Blundstones, which we do not carry in my store. We are a clearance store. There is no way in hell we are ever going to have Blundstones in my store. In our company, like, we have 3 different stores under our company umbrella, and only one of those is allowed to carry Blundstones. Like, the other ones they're not allowed to. Like, they cannot go on the shelves, they cannot sell them, because then Blundstones will, like, cancel the whole contract with the company or whatever.
Gotcha.
So last year, in November, December, my store, we were getting a bunch of, which also, by the way, I cannot believe I've been working at this job for over a year now. Anyways, so we got a ton of inventory before Black Friday and Boxing Day last year. And we accidentally got this full pallet of Blundstones. And we did not put them out. They never even left the back room, other than one singular shoebox, just to, like, get the, like, information off of the box to send an email to our head office to make sure that this was, like, you know, check what the deal was. And then it went straight back to the back room. They were never put anywhere else. We'd never sold any. None of the customers ever saw them at all, anywhere.
They would have never known.
Exactly. So, like, I mean, a couple of them, like, they saw that somebody was carrying a Blundstone thing, and some of them probably saw when the pallet came in, because the side of the box it says Blundstones on them, but they never actually went on to the sales floor. Anyway, so a couple months ago, this guy comes in looking for Blundstones and was like, "Oh, I'm sorry, we don't carry Blundstones in our store. We never have, we never will. If you want Blundstones, you have to go down the hall to this store, which is a different company, or if you really want it from our company, at, like, whatever price they sell them, the closest one is, like, 45 minutes from here." And he's like, "No, I bought, like, a bunch of them here. Like, I bought a few pairs here last December. You must not have been here. Like, they were such a good price. I bought them here." I was like, "Sir, I was absolutely here last December. Yes, we accidentally got a shipment of them. They never got sold. We didn't sell a single pair of them. They went immediately back to the warehouse and where they were supposed to go." He's like, "No, you just must not have been here. I definitely bought some." I was like, "No, you didn't." I promise you, you did not buy Blundstones here ever in your entire life. And he's like, no, I did. They were a really good price. And I can't believe they were such a good price. I wanted some more. And I was like, bro, listen to the words.
Okay.
I'm speaking out of my face into your face. You cannot buy Blundstones here. I was here. I've been here longer than last December. I promise you, you did not buy Blundstones from anywhere here.
Okay, so that's great that he wants to like tell this story or whatever and try and convince you that like and gaslight you that you weren't there.
Right.
But like, what's the gain? Because if you don't have any, it's not like he can even buy any.
Exactly.
So like if you did have them last year per se, and this year you don't.
We had freaking Uggs last year. I have no Uggs in my store right now.
Right. Like, what is he going to do? Be like, we don't have any. Well, I got a really good deal last year. Okay. Right. We don't have any. Like, what's the goal here? I get it.
I argued with this guy for like a solid 2 minutes before I lost the will to live. And I was like, oh yeah, I mean, like, I don't know. We don't carry them. We're never going to get any. So, I mean, like, but the store down the hall carries something. You might as well go look there. And he's like, well, like, you guys let me know if you get any in. I come in here all the time. I definitely want to get some at a really good price again. I'm saying, oh my God, get out of my store, please.
Like, please leave.
I cannot deal with the sheer stupidity of people anymore.
So, there's a comment on the story I just told. And I really want to read it really quick because it's someone sharing their own story. They said... First of all, they said, oh, Jesus fucking Christ. And they said, I swear to God, customers pick the strangest hills to die on.
Right. For exactly.
Relevant. They said, once when I was an assistant manager at an arts and crafts / frame shop, this dude came in to have some document that was signed by Nancy Reagan framed. He dropped it off before I came in for my shift, and I guess my framer hadn't had the chance to finish it. So when this dude came to pick it up after my framer was finishing it up, I went to get it from him and came back saying it'd be another 5 to 10 minutes tops, as he was just putting the backing and wiring on the frame. All of a sudden, this dude explodes at me, accuses us of tampering with his document and saying he'd know if we did or not. I told him that he had done a next day frame order and we were not obligated to finish it till 24 hours after the order was put in, which was standard for us putting pictures or documents, etc., in ready-made frames or placing glass for people, etc. Anything where we didn't have to order pieces was next day frame. I tell him that, out of courtesy, my manager had told him it'd be done before a certain time. However, because of things out of our control, it got pushed back. So his frame was still being assembled, but would be done in just a moment. He keeps escalating.
Yeah.
Huh?
I was going to say, I love policies like that because if people were being asshole enough and you were getting something done early, you can be like, oh, I'm sorry, this is not going to be done until tomorrow. We have a 24-hour policy.
Yeah, exactly. So he keeps escalating, starts demanding a refund. I told him if he wanted a refund, then I'd have to have my framer disassemble the frame and that it would take longer than if he'd just relax and wait for the job to be finished. Right then, my framer comes out and brings the piece out. The dude is still demanding a refund, but wants me to give him the piece. I told him no, that if he wants to behave that way, then he's going to get what he wants. So I send my framer back to disassemble it while I get the refund taken care of. The dude is cussing me out and calling me a victim. My framer comes back out maybe 10 minutes later and gives him his document back. The customer threatened to sue us and then said he'd be back with a gun, so I called the cops. He was not only trespassed from our store, but from the entire shopping complex because apparently we were the third store he threatened in that way.
Oh my God.
What the fuck?
Oh my God.
It was this.
Don't get me wrong. I've been threatened with gun violence before, but like, Jesus Christ.
What the hell? It was the strangest thing and the strangest customer interaction I've ever had. Before this dude had brought in a bunch of political art and documents to frame and would ask/insinuate that we were offended and couldn't deny him his right to frame them. He's wrong, by the way, as we have the rights to tell someone we can't frame things if they fall under certain inappropriate or illegal activities. I just gave him this shitty glass so it would fade over time.
Oh my God. It also doesn't even matter because everyone has like every store has the right to refuse service if they want to.
100%. Yeah. He didn't want to pay for the good glass anyway, so I made sure he got the cheapest glass available.
Oh my God.
Malicious compliance for the win.
Right, for real.
Oh my God, that's absolutely nutty.
Okay.
Some fucking people, man.
I have one where the employees was having a little bit too much fun, and honestly, I appreciate this person's panache with it. It's kind of so this is the only way I have fun anymore. It's like mood. Customer, do you have any tape? Me, yeah. Customer, where is the tape? Me, oh, that depends on what tape you want. Customer, there's only one kind of tape. Me, well, there's Scotch tape, packing tape, masking tape, kinetic tape that you put on your muscles, athletic tape like boxers use, tape for baseball bats, tape for tennis rackets, first aid tape, electric tape. Customer cuts me off out of frustration. Scotch tape. Me, do you want invisible tape? Magic tape? Customer yells, come on. Oh my God, dude.
I would have just walked away once it started listing things.
I am screaming. Oh my God. That's the real MVP out here.
Mm-hmm.
We should all be like acceptable medal 1.
Yep. Oh my God, that's funny.
Oh my God. Yeah. Honestly, I would love to answer people's stupid questions like that. I feel like I'd get in trouble though.
That's
sometimes.
Fair.
I don't quite go that. I do sometimes give very subtle, smartass answers like that. I don't quite go that far. I go just far enough to have a little bit of pride in myself with my answer, but not far enough that I'll get in trouble for it.
Right, that's fair.
Yeah. You gotta be passive aggressive.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You can't be aggressive.
Right. People come in and be like,
know the line.
I'll be like, oh, wait, what are you looking for? And they're like, shoes. And I was like, looking
boots,
around,
sandals,
at my
shoes,
entire right, and like, oh my God, don't even get me started with sandals, because I'm like, oh, what kind of sandals do you want? I was like, oh, just like sandals. And I was like, cool. Do you want like flip flops? Do you want like Birkenstocks? Do you want like sandals that have a back, like a strap across the back? Do you want slides? Do you want like a chunky sandal? Do you want a heeled sandal? Do you want wedges? Give me some information, please, for the love of God.
Please help me help you.
Or when people are looking for slippers, but they're actually looking for slides.
Yeah.
Oh my God. So I'm like, oh, I'm looking for men's slippers. And I was like, cool, great. I have these awesome slippers right here. The lining is super soft. They're super comfortable. They're like great for walking around the house. And she's like, those aren't slippers. And I was like,
yes,
what do
you
mean those are not slippers? She's like, no, slippers, like waterproof. They have like the strap across the top. And it's like, oh, you mean these right here? And I point to our giant wall right in front of the customer, to be fair, full of slides. And it's like, yeah, those are slippers. No, those are slides.
Not.
They are sandals. Those are slippers. Help yourself.
Oh my God. It's almost painful.
My job is very painful sometimes.
Yeah. I don't envy you.
No, I don't know why anybody would.
Fair. At
Oh my God.
At least not because of your job. Would you like to tell another one? Because that one was short, and I technically told 2.
This one is kind of, I resonate with this one. You should have more employees today. There's a lot of people. Angry face. Okay. That's the title of this thing.
Love that.
I never would have thought of it, Susan. Thanks for the advice. Maybe I would have time to think about it if we weren't understaffed. That and people who try to get your attention while you're getting destroyed during a rush, just to tell you the service is really slow and I'm pissed. You can clearly see we don't have the right amount of employees for the quantity of customers. Don't act like you're the one going through a bad day just because you had to wait in line for a few minutes. We are under attack since we got on the job, you moron.
Right, like you're picking a busy ass day to go out.
Right.
You can't actually sit there and be like, oh, yeah, no, this understaffed store is definitely going to magically...
go shopping.
Right. Or a place that's, like, normally just staffed. There's a very likely chance that they don't have the number of people to accommodate for a huge influx, that they have no way of, like, actually knowing how many people are going to bombard them.
Right. And I get people like, oh my God. So, and it's not even just customers that are like this. Oh my God. This happened at a job. I'm not going to say if it's my current job or if it was an old job, because, you know, if the wrong person listens to this, I can get in trouble. But at a job that I have worked at in my life, I was working on a very, very busy day, and I was at the cash register.
Mm-hmm.
And we had a lineup going from the cash register across, like, the entire store. It was packed. And one of my bosses had come up to the side of the counter and shoved a product in my face that has, like, 2 in it, whatever, that, like, one is usually on display and the other one is still in the box. So she walks up and she's like, we're missing the other one, the like display one for this. And I'm sitting here with a lineup a mile long in front of me, and I look over and I was like, what exactly do you want me to do about that right now? I am busy. Yeah. Figure it out yourself.
Oh my God. It's like, it's so out of touch. It's actually shocking.
Yeah. I'm not looking forward to this week.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's fine. I'll get through it. And then I have next month. And come January, you know, we're going to be able to just relax a little bit.
Yeah, exactly. We'll be able to chill. Yeah.
Just a little bit. Not a lot, because I still work full time, but a little bit.
Yeah.
Oh, well.
Also, I didn't get pho tonight. I think I'm going to get it tomorrow.
Damn. That's crazy.
Well, I had such a late lunch with my friend that it was kind of more like dinner.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I remembered that because this person's name is Weird Vermicelli.
Wait, what?
This person's name on Reddit is Weird Vermicelli.
Oh, fun.
And so I thought of pho noodles. But their story is, I'm a grocery store employee, not a chef.
My condolences.
Right?
Been there, done that.
I know. So I work at a grocery store, as the title suggests. I was walking around just straightening my displays when this customer stops me to ask me how I make my gravy. I kind of just stared for a second and then explained I don't really cook and have no clue how to make gravy. But usually I just heat up a jar of gravy and then pointed to the display of gravies. She looks at me disgusted. And then she says, she's trying to make homemade gravy. And I'm like, oh, I'm sorry. I don't know how to make it from scratch, but she could probably Google a recipe. She rolls her eyes and then starts asking me how to make cranberry sauce. I say, well, you might not believe this one.
Oh my God.
Well, you might not believe this one, but I don't make that from scratch either. I just bust open one of these bad boys and picked up
slaps the top of the can.
Oh my God. And picked up a can of cranberry sauce. She immediately starts asking how to make stuffing, and I tell her, oh, I use box stuffing. So then she starts in on me, telling me I have no business working at a grocery store if I can't even help customers make simple basic dishes. Like, ma'am, sorry, but I work 50 to 80 hours a week, have 2 small children and 3 family members, my kids and hubby, who would literally eat frozen chicken nuggets, not even cooked if I let them. And at any time I attempt any home-cooked meal, I end up pulling out some Uncrustables. So my bad for not learning cooking basics. It's just a skill that won't serve much good in my current living situation. But I can show you how I microwave a mean chicken nugget.
Oh my God.
Oh my God. Like, honestly, even the way this is written, I'm like, this is my kind of humor. Well, you might not believe this one, but I don't make that from scratch either. I just bust open one of these bad boys.
Oh
I
my
think
god.
it's like my favorite thing I've read from a Reddit story. Like, can you imagine like having like a really like excited demeanor about it and be like, well, you're not gonna fucking believe this, but this can right here is already made cranberry sauce. Can you believe it? You
Oh
don't
my
even have
god.
to cook it. Oh my god. That's exactly what I would do too.
Right, exactly. And like honestly, why are you trying to go out of your way to make very simple things more complicated for an already overcomplicated food holiday? Like,
right.
bro, use the packets of gravy, use the canned cranberry sauce, use the box stuffing. Otherwise, you're going to be cooking for 12 hours and eating for 5 minutes.
Exactly.
Like,
And
bro.
like, so I'm going over to my friends for Thanksgiving, and like they put the time into the things that like matter,
Right.
like your mashed potatoes
Obviously,
that you
a
want to have be
turkey.
really good.
Yeah,
Your
you're going to have to
turkey.
cook that for a while.
Mm-hmm.
Mashed
And like,
potatoes obviously require the softest,
right.
gentlest touch because they are the best thing in the world.
Yeah. And then my friend, she also makes like this 5-cheese mac and cheese and then bakes it.
Ooh.
And then otherwise, we have pies that are already made. I bring
Right.
cranberry sauce in a can. I'm pretty sure they use box stuffing. Like, you pick your
Your
battles,
job is
bitch.
cranberry sauce?
Yeah, I bring, well, because I'm also bringing the pie and the wine.
Okay, I was like,
Yeah, because I don't plan on
you
cooking
know
at
what
all.
it means when you're having like a group like potluck thing and they stick you on cranberry sauce. It means you can't cook for shit.
No, it's mostly because like they like to cook, and
Fair.
so, my friend's husband, she's like, or he goes, he's like, I love doing the turkey. I have a very particular way that I do it, and I love it every time, and so I'm always on turkey. And then she does her recipe for mac and cheese. Like, I asked her for the recipe because I'm like, dude, it's so good. Like, I could eat just that the whole entire night and be so happy. And then I think they might do box mashed potatoes even. I don't remember. Maybe
Honestly,
not
listen,
actually. But
box
they're
mashed
good.
potatoes can be really good.
Yeah, if you dress it up appropriately, they're good. And then
Right.
I usually bring like the hors d'oeuvres, so like not the hors d'oeuvres, but like the snacks beforehand. So I'll bring like a meat and cheese platter and then cranberry sauce, the pies, and like the wine, stuff to like accompany. And then our other friend, he brings a lot of the drinks and stuff. So like also because they live further away from the rest of us. So like bringing food that's made and hot and ready with the rest of it, and they also have
Right.
like a relatively small kitchen. Like, it's not easy to do all that and have 3 or 4 people in the kitchen trying to make everything when they
Right.
make all that, and we're like, we'll just bring the stuff that doesn't need to be cooked and we'll be great.
I I found one that's oh, this poor soul has no idea what they're in for.
Oh no.
How do you survive retail when you want people to shut up and leave you alone at all times? I don't know what my problem is, but I just hate these meaningless, soulless interactions I have with people, and people expecting me to have answers to shit I don't know. And then on top of that, to have coworkers always asking you to help in departments that aren't yours, and then asking you why you're smiling to yourself all the time. Then having managers always asking you for shit. I guess what I'm asking is how to keep my emotions in check and not come off as an impatient bitch when you're tired all the time and just want to be left alone. Honestly, you really should just work in a different industry because that's never going to go away.
Yeah, that's not. That's brutal. Also,
Relatable.
like one of those, mind your business. Just tell someone to mind their goddamn business.
Right.
I don't remember which one it was. I think it was the coworkers like being nosy or something.
Oh, why are you smiling to yourself all the time?
Yeah, why can't I fucking smile? Do you have a problem with me being happy? Damn. Just tell me you hate me.
Oh my god.
Oh man.
Oh, Jesus Christ. I will be so happy when I never have to work retail again.
I feel that.
Who knows when that'll be, though. Oh my god, I didn't even tell you. Okay. So this has nothing to do with retail hell, although it did happen while I was at work. So we have this lady that comes in sometimes, and I'm usually there when she comes in, so I help her. I've helped her a few times now.
Right.
But the other day, she came in, and she was talking about how she needs new work shoes for work. And she's like, yeah, I'm like like running around set all day, I need like good work shoes. And I was like, you're interesting. You work at a set. Oh, that sounds interesting. What do you do? And she's like, oh, I work in casting in for film. And I was like, oh, bro, me being the person that went to college partially for film production. So it was like, okay, this is my chance, you guys, to get out of this life. So I was helping her find shoes, and I was pressing a little bit, and I was like, hey, so that sounds really cool. I went to college for film production stuff, and like that sounds really cool. That must be a really fun job. And she's like, oh, really? Like, what program did you do? So we talked about what I did for college for a little bit, and then I was like, yeah, if you ever hear of any like production assistant jobs, like for like starting out, you come back here, you let me know. And she's like, hold on. She was like, oh, I suggest you join the Directors Guild of Canada. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. That sounds great. How do I do that? She's like, oh, well, you need like, I'm pretty sure you still need like 3 letters from like assistant producers or whatever to join, or assistant directors or whatever. So she calls this person that she knows, and she's like, hey, do you still need like the 3 letters or whatever to join the DDC? And he's like, yeah, I think so. Why? She's like, so like if I like met this kid that like seemed really good, like he wants to like get into this and join or whatever, could I get him like 3 letters or whatever from people? And like this guy is like an assistant director that she knows or whatever. And
oh wow.
Like, yeah, that should be no problem, especially like because you know so many people. So like I think this regular customer of mine is going to help me get a job in the film industry. So like,
oh my god, that would be amazing,
right?
Wow.
And apparently it's like a weekend like course, whatever, and then like with the 3 letters and whatever. I was like, I don't work weekends. Sounds great. Sign me up.
Yeah, for real. That would be amazing.
Right? I'm very excited.
I would be
Though
too.
I can't quit till after the holidays at the very, very earliest. So I mean, yeah.
Mm-hmm. I found
so that is exciting.
That is very, very, very exciting. I am crossing my fingers for you. Everybody, give well wishes to Link.
We're manifesting.
Also, I have a really, really short Reddit story. So this one's titled "Personal FU to the coworker who tries to act like a manager."
I read that
one. Because telling other people to do is the easiest way to not have to do it yourself, right? We all can see through your bullshit. Bonus infuriation points for them trying to order me to do something I already have been doing all along while swearing at me under their breath. Like, I've been nice to you about it and taking up the task without being asked, and now you feel entitled to it and want to demand it on your timeline? Go fuck yourself with a splintered broomstick, bitch.
Fuck yourself with a splintered broomstick is the best thing I have ever heard.
I know.
Oh my god.
Oh my lord. Oh my god. Jesus. Oh my god, someone commented, instead of act your age, I tell them to act their wage.
Right, that's a thing. That's a very regular saying in retail.
Nice. I guess I never experienced that because I'm not an asshole. Yeah.
Well, no, it's not even just about, it's not specifically about being an asshole.
Well, I mean, like, I don't try and like boss people around. Like, I've never acted above my station.
But most people actually, it's a saying to like minimum wage workers that are like, they're going above and beyond without getting the recognition or extra pay for it. So people are telling them to act your wage because you do what you're being paid for. Don't let yourself get taken advantage of. That's literally what the regular use of that saying is.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Like, don't overwork past your work responsibilities, because then they're just going to expect that from you all the time.
Exactly. And then they're not going to pay you for it. Yeah.
Exactly.
Moral of the story. Retail sucks. Don't do it unless you have to. Unless you really, really enjoy it, which some people do. I don't personally understand, but you do you. I just personally wouldn't recommend it.
Yeah, same.
But yeah, I'm really good at it. I just hate doing it.
That's where I'm at with it.
Like, we have a few customers that like they're like semi-regulars in my store, and like every single person that I work with has problems with these couple of customers, except for me. Never had any problems with them. I'm always like, they're always so nice to me when they come in. I always help them find stuff. They always buy stuff from me. regardless of what they were looking for. I always get them something. But every other person, when the customer leaves, it's like, oh, that customer is such a bitch. I hate them. And I was like, really? They're so nice. What do you mean?
Interesting.
Yeah, I think I'm just too good at my job sometimes.
Maybe.
Because that's the other thing. If you're like, well, I do get paid more than half the people I work with. But that's the other thing, is that if you are working in retail, if you're like, really on top of your customer service and stuff, there are a lot of customers that would normally be assholes and stuff to people. They'll be nicer to you.
Yeah, 100%. 100%.
Like, right. Yeah.
Or even if you just
get in there real good.
Yeah. Or even if you just like, a lot of people want to vent, and like if you just like kind of lend them an ear for a minute and be like,
yeah. We have this one guy. He's kind of annoying, but he's like, he's not a bad customer, and like, he usually buys stuff. He just talks a lot about really random things.
Right.
But my manager, we usually have like silent communication with each other while he's trying to talk to us about like, oh my god, I want this guy to leave. He's like, yeah, I know. But like, we're always just there. You can always tell that we're not into the conversation because we're just chiming in with random like, oh yeah. I was like, oh, like those random like 1-2 word interjections in the conversation.
Yeah.
That sound very insincere, but he doesn't seem to notice or care.
Well, that's good at least.
Yeah. But yeah, so that was fun.
Be like that.
Everybody, if you work in retail
good luck.
Week, yeah, exactly. May the odds be ever in your favor.
Yeah.
I hope you all make it out alive.
Agreed. Yeah.
Next week, where we are finally going to have our next guest appearance, and we're very excited about it.
Very excited.
We're going to be having. Do we want to tell them?
I mean, we can.
Or do we keep it a secret? Did we already tell them once? I don't remember. I don't think so. It's a secret. You'll have to come back next week and find out.
Yeah. So tune in for the super duper secret.
Yeah, super secret.
Yeah.
It's so secret, it might as well be a tunnel. Secret tunnel.
Oh my god.
Sorry. Okay. We're going to go before Serafina decides to hit me for that. Okay. Bye, guys.
Bye, you guys. Have a good night, day, whatever it is. Bye.